Hey everybody, welcome back. So, about a year, just over a year ago, I made a video called 10 Things I Wish We Had Known Before Remodeling an Airstream. And I cringe every time I watch that video. It's one of our most popular uploads, and I'm grateful for that, but the video is a hot mess. I did it completely out of order, and obviously we've remodeled a couple more campers since then and sold some and bought some, and so I've learned a lot more since then, and I thought it would be a good idea to do an updated version of 10 things to know before you decide to tackle an Airstream remodel. Hi, okay, my dog wants to be in the video. Go. Number one, I hate to bring it to you, but remodeling an Airstream is very frustrating. It's gonna be different than anything you've ever done. Even if you think you've done something like it, it won't be the same, and you're going to get frustrated. It's very taxing on relationships and friendships and marriages, and just know right off the bat that it's going to be stressful, it's going to be frustrating, it's going to take twice as long as you want it to, it's going to cost twice as much as you wanted it to, and you're going to be so anxious to get to like the pretty part and the finished part where you can decorate and stylize and put something on Instagram, and that's going to make you more frustrated. And so if you can just know going into it, it's going to be frustrating, you will be in a better position. Don't get frustrated. Everything in remodeling an Airstream is 10 steps forward and 9 steps back. And so you're going to want to be able to have a community of people to reach out to answer questions. So I highly recommend that you check out the different Facebook groups and forums and check out Instagram pages, email those people. Everybody in the community is so helpful, and we all want to be here to support you in your remodels. So if you are getting frustrated, just don't be afraid to ask, and somebody will probably be able to answer your question because they've probably been there before. Remodeling an Airstream is expensive. So expensive. So make sure you do research before you start a renovation on how much it's going to cost. Things like tires and windows and air conditioners and furnaces and refrigerators and flooring, they're going to add up really, really quickly. And so you're going to want to make sure you have a budget in mind when you start your project, so that you know what your target is and how much you're going to be spending. Otherwise, you're just going to spin your wheels throughout the project and just blow through money faster than you planned on. And trust me, it does happen. Remodeling an Airstream takes time. I would say that if you feel like you do have carpentry skills or a carpentry background, you're going to need a minimum of 6 months to remodel your Airstream. And if you are going to just be tinkering around with it and learning as you go, budget for 2 years. And I know that you're thinking, 2 years? That's insane. Look through Instagram, look through everybody's feed. Everybody takes at least a year to really finish their project. It just does. Every day that you think you're about to get something done to start on the next thing, you're just so much further behind. When we took the shell off of this camper, I thought we were going to be done in a weekend because I saw a video where somebody else was done in a weekend, and yeah, we weren't done in a weekend. Not even close. No. We're not going to talk about it though, because it's over. No. Your Airstream leaks. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. If your Airstream is older, and by older I mean older than like 1995, and has ever been traveled in or taken across the country, it leaks. And you can think that you got an Airstream in the greatest condition ever. I'm going to throw some pictures up on the screen to show you. Every single Airstream that we've bought leaks. It leaks at the rear bumper, it leaks under the front windows, they leak around the doors, it leaks. So just know that if you buy a camper that's vintage, that you're going to keep and use in vintage condition, which we ourselves do, so I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. Just know that there is probably some hidden mold / leaky subfloor situation going on. We are just going under the ignorance is bliss mode right now with our Argosy, knowing that if we start ripping it out, there will be no turning back, and we don't have time to remodel the Argosy right now. But what I have done is prevent further leaks by sealing the exterior. But just know that your Airstream leaks. And if you go to look at an Airstream on Facebook Marketplace, or you're looking to buy one for the first time, and the owner says that the floor is solid and that it's in great shape, it may very well be in great shape, but just know that it leaks. I don't know what else to tell you. They leak. I've not seen an Airstream yet that didn't have leaks. Sorry. Think carefully before gutting and throwing everything out. So it's so tempting when you get your Airstream and it's got all that brown everywhere. The first thing you want to do is demo, because demo is kind of easy, right? And it's the first step and you feel like you're making big progress. Just be very careful with what you get rid of, because there are going to be things later that you wish that you had probably saved, even just to have as a mere template. But things I really recommend seeing if you can keep are shower pans or the tub surround. It's very easy to paint those. I'll link a description to that video below, and it will save you so much time and headache trying to figure out how to work with tile and coming up with a new shower pan base. And trust me guys, nobody's gonna judge you for just having a painted shower pan instead of trying to do some Instagram worthy thing, and you'll be camping much faster, I promise. So try to save your shower pan if you can, or your tub base. Another thing that you might want to keep is your sink top. Very lightweight, very durable, again, very easy to paint, save yourself a headache. And I would also look into trying to keep maybe some of your cabinetry, whether it's your front and back end caps or some of the overhead bins. The tambour doors are really nice and functional. And so anything that you can keep and repaint and dress up, you want to do that, because it's just going to move up your timeline of construction that much more. And if nothing else, it's nice to keep it to have as a template for further construction. Make your camper boondock ready, even if you don't think you'll ever boondock. In case you don't know what boondocking is, typically what boondocking means is that you're able to be off the grid. You're not reliant on power and or water to camp. I did not necessarily think that we were big boondockers. However, after we have experienced boondocking, we realized that we love it, and we're so glad that our current camper is able to be pretty boondock ready. We don't have solar or anything like that yet, we'll get there, but we love our Nature's Head toilet. We love having a composting toilet. We love not having to go to the dump station as often. We love having all of our lighting on 12 volt so that we're able to use our electricity. And we've really found that boondocking and being able to run on propane and have your refrigerator running on propane and have your stove on propane really is the better way to go. Even if you're going to just be parking it in your backyard for an Airbnb or something, for resale value it's going to be nice to have. And most things are able to be both power and propane, and so I would recommend investing the extra money in a refrigerator and stove and things of that nature that are able to do both, so that you are able to have the option should you ever choose to go boondocking. Taking the shell off of your Airstream is not as scary as it looks, and this is a big one for me because I was really anxious about doing a shell off renovation, and frame off renovation some people call it, and we were very, very worried that it wasn't going to go well, but we were actually really surprised that it was pretty easy. We took our time, we read a lot of reviews, we kind of followed the driving and vibing way. I'll link their video below of what they did, but I was surprised that it wasn't as much work as I thought it was going to be, and at the end of the day it was 100% the best decision. It gave us the option to clean up the frame, re-secure the frame, install new plywood and subfloor without any hindrances in the way, and at the end of the day I think it ended up being faster than removing the belly pan from underneath or anything like that. So it really isn't as scary as it looks. We did it. We didn't build a big, what's that called? I gotta Google. Gantry? 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 Gantry! That's what it's called. Okay. We did not build a gantry. We did it the driving and vibing way, and I want to give them credit because we kind of saw their method and copied it, and it worked just fine. And we were also really surprised at how lightweight the shell actually is. So I don't think you need to be as worried, as I see some people overcompensating, making sure that they have it super secured because they're afraid it's going to be really heavy when it's off of the frame. But the shell is actually pretty lightweight. So if you're nervous about doing a frame off renovation, I recommend giving it a go, especially if you're going to be doing extended travel. And we will be uploading a video soon of our frame off renovation. Think twice before polishing your camper. I get asked this question a lot. So polishing is a love-hate relationship. I'm not saying don't polish your Airstream, I'm just telling you don't start it too early in your project or you might get dejected and then just be frustrated with it. Make sure you have your layout decided 100% before you get started. It's going to be really important if you take off the skins that you already have your main layout figured out, especially electrical, just because once you put the skins back on, you're not going to be able to get those wires through and make changes easily. So I would recommend having your layout already picked out. And if you're struggling with figuring out the perfect layout, there's obviously plenty of options online. Another really good thing to do is to go to an RV show, sit in some different campers, sit in some Airstreams, try to get an idea of what's going to be important to you and your family for your travel needs, and incorporate that in your layout. And my last tip is don't fall into the Airstream Instagram envy trap. This is a very sticky trap, one that's very easy to get into. Luckily, I don't struggle with this too much, but it is difficult when you get on there and you see pictures of other people's renovations and it's clean or it's finished faster than yours is going to be. And of course, then there's a bunch of people who are always posting travel pictures and pictures of them reading on their front couch, and it can be frustrating when you're not there yet in your project. But just know that you will get there, it will get finished, and often what we see on the internet is not reality, so don't get sucked into the trap. Thanks for checking in today. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. We love getting new subscribers. As always, if you have any questions about your renovation or you're thinking about renovating an Airstream, please feel free to email me. I'll put that below. And leave a comment if you have something else that you've struggled with in your Airstream renovation that you'd like to share with other people. We always like to be helpful and sharing in this community, and we'd love to hear from you.